Okay, welcome to Straley's Garage. This is a log splitter project I'm working on right now. I picked up this log splitter off Craigslist, and I'm gonna be trying to process some firewood with it to sell. So I'm just making a couple modifications though before I take it to the yard. I've already started off camera. It's been a lot of figuring out and stuff like that, but I'm making a mechanical log lift, which I saw on another couple YouTuber channels. I forget their names. I think one guy's name was Raphael something, but you could probably find it if you look up mechanical log lift. So anyway, the way it's going to work is you have this cable here and this D-shackle that are going to mount onto the back of the wedge here, and then it goes across one pulley and down through another to make a U-turn, comes all the way down the frame rail here to another pulley that's going to change the direction going that way, basically up to an arm, down, and then there's going to be a log cradle right here the cable will hook to, and when the piston comes forward, the log lift will lift up. It's a pretty ingenious idea. The only downfall is that it will lift every time you actuate the cylinder. So I am going to put a hook on the end of the cable on the log lift arms. Maybe if it's not too much trouble and there's a big round, we'll unhook it and hook it back up when we got to lift another log. But so far, I actually took this stock log cradle that it came with, this black one, and it was actually on this side, and I switched it over to this side. All I had to do was re-drill 2 holes on the top there that were right there, but it has some supports underneath that were mounted in the frame right there, and I just simply flip those to the other side. Super easy. So then of course I've added the pulleys, which I showed you, and then I just am finishing up building this frame here. This is basically the new log table for this side, and I'm going to have a little extension here to cover the engine that will be able to either swing back or slide off, so that you can easily refuel the engine without having to tip up the log splitter. And then basically there's going to be wire mesh on top, and the log loader arms are going to mount right here. I have a 3/4 inch rod that's going to go all the way through and all the way through my lift arm, which I haven't put on yet. You'll see that later. And those are going to, basically come down. So that's what's going on so far. I got a couple more things to do, but we'll be back soon. Okay, we're back. So I've done most of this build off camera. It's just been a little bit difficult trying to film and figure all this stuff out. So I basically have the whole frame built. All the pulleys are on. I need to redo the cable because I actually got a bunch of welding slag on it and kind of ruined it. It's not going to pass through the pulleys real well with all the slag that's on it, and I can't get it off easily. So I have to do that. I'm about to put the expanded metal on the top, the ramp, and the bottom piece. I think I'm going to leave that open for now. But this is pretty much it. You've got your cable that runs along the frame rail back to the ram, makes a 180-degree turn, and mounts to the anchor, the wedge there, anchors to the wedge. And then I just have to, this cable goes underneath that pulley and on top of this pulley and down to there. I still have to weld on a hook, but I need to redo this cable. It's kind of hard to see in the video, but there's slag all over it. So that's where I'm at. As you can see, it hinges up nice. It'll probably hinge up to about here. And, you know, if it stays connected every time the ram goes back and forth, it will move up and down. Or if you're so inclined, you can unhook it and hook it back up when you have another log to lift. So this is pretty much it. It's you know, it's gonna lift about that high. You could put it into transport and stow it up like that. This arm here has a pin under here on this side, holding it underneath. It doesn't really hold much. When the tension goes on the cable, it's gonna go tight. It's gonna go up tight against the beam. So that's about it. I'm gonna put this, like I said, the expanded metal on, do some more grinding. Have to attach my hook for the cable, redo the cable, paint, and it's pretty much done, ready to go. I may still make another guard. The engine is under this mat I'm using just to guard it from welding. I may make a guard for that. I may not. That might be an after project. So anyway, I'll be back probably when I'm done with it. So like I said, it's been a little hard to film, but we'll be back here shortly. All right, we're back with almost a finished product. This build was really done off camera. I really didn't film too much. There was a lot of work involved. It seems like it's pretty simple, but there was a lot to do. So basically, like I said in the beginning, I moved this table. It was here. I moved it over there. Then I built this table out of square tube. I've got some supports going down to the I-beam under there, and they just go up to the square tube. And forgive my welds, they look like shit, but they do hold. This gray arm, this tube, 2-inch tube that was already pre-bent and painted and everything, this was scrap metal that I had laying around. But pretty much the rest of it was built from steel from the yard, from the steel yard. But I did the little log cradle down here. I was gonna do the expanded metal across the bottom here, but I figured it really didn't need it. What I did actually was, if you can see, I cut one strip. I cut a strip out of the mesh, one single strip, and I just tacked it along there. So it has grip, but it's not gonna get all caked up with bark and shit down here. It'll just fall right out. And then you've got the expanded metal here, and this is a 3/4 inch rod it was a big steel loop that had threads on it. It had about 3 inches of threads. I drilled a hole through the 3-inch rod, put the threads through. I didn't put a nut on or anything, and then I welded both the top and underneath really well. It's not coming out, and even where the ring was split at the bottom, it's not a solid ring. I welded that solid, so now it's a solid ring, and it's all attached to the 3/4 inch rod. And then the 3/4 inch rod goes through this 2x1 rectangular tube, and it goes through all the way to the back side. And you can see right there, or is it, there it is. On the back side, it's welded to the tube as well as on the front side here. Again, I have a lot of spatter cleanup to do and paint, and I need to just finish attaching, this cable. Just tighten this up. I just have to finish attaching the cable. It goes up there, down, and then in the corner of the I-beam there makes a right turn, or left turn, I'm sorry. Comes down the frame rail here, makes a 90-degree turn up, and then it's going to make a 90-degree turn and attach to the back of the wedge right here. But I need to start the engine up and move the wedge forward a little bit so that I can actually get the shackle in with the bolt part sticking in, because if you put it in this side, it is going to hit this metal in here when the wedge goes. So I need to start the engine up, get it moved forward a little bit, and then I can finish attaching this cable to there. But it's late and I don't want to start the engine up right now. So, but this is pretty much the finished product. This is a 3/4 inch bar here, hinging. I used 3/4 inch sleeves. I welded 2 to the table up here, and then I welded the other 2 to the log arm here. And I've got a pin on that end and a pin on that end, so you can take the rod out. And that's pretty much it. It's I'm just gonna give it a coat of quick paint so that it doesn't rust, because this thing's gonna be living outside pretty much from here on out. And that's pretty much it. The this arm just slides right off if you take this pin off, and this pin on the back side here of the I-beam, you pull that pin out, and then this arm would actually be able to swing on this 3/4 inch rod. And if you want, you can pull this pin out, pull the whole arm off. So that's my upgrade. I don't think I'm gonna build anything to cover the engine. I think it's gonna be all right. We'll see. If stuff is falling, then maybe I'll build an extra little guard for the engine, but it's gonna have to be easily removable so that I can fill up with gas. So anyway, hope you liked the video. Please like it or subscribe if you like the video, and hopefully you'll be back for more. Thanks. Straley's Garage out. Alright, so here's the finished product, all painted up. We got the cable hooked up. There is only one more thing I'm gonna do. So you got the cable running through there. I'm gonna make this a bolt stud kind of instead, and I'm just gonna hook this cable on, because as of right now, you can't go all the way up. You can't go all the way up with the table because the stroke doesn't go all the way. So when we don't need the table, we're just gonna unhook it real quick and it'll make things much easier. So I'll get a video of it in action pretty soon. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, like it. I'd appreciate it. Thanks. Australia's Garage out.